Thank you, Sarah, for inviting us here today. We are the Vernon Ukulele Players. We've never been here before, and I confess I had no idea this building was even here. We've been at the Dundas County Hospice several times, but we've never been here. So we're very happy to be here. And it looks like you guys were having a good time with the Halloween activities.
Yeah.
What a beautiful facility you have here. And we all enjoyed the drive here, so that was great. So we are here to celebrate Remembrance Day, which is coming up. The official Remembrance Day time of year starts today. It starts the last Friday in October, and it runs to end of day remembrance on November 11th. So you're okay to wear your poppies, etc. It's officially poppy season as of today. If anyone has never played a kazoo before, by the time you leave here, you're going to be a musician. So we'll show you how to work your kazoo. So your kazoo has a wider end and a smaller end. The wider end is going to go in your mouth. The wider end goes in your mouth, not the little end, the wider one. And you don't blow into it because you'll break the little membrane. So the wider end. Sir, you want to turn it around. You want the bigger end going in. And you're just going to hum into it. So let's try it. Look at that! You all sound lovely. Okay, so let's tune our kazoos. So there we go. So we have portions in all of our, well, pretty much all of our pieces. We have a lot of kazoos if there's any more needed. We will invite you to play your kazoo along with us. When you see us with our kazoos, that's your cue to play yours. If you don't see us with a kazoo, please don't, because they can get irritating really quickly.
I might play along, but I'm not supposed to.
And that's all right. And if you're really good, we'll get you to come up and join us. So, we're going to walk you through a timeline. This is actually a kind of a new format for us. We have always focused on World War I and World War II. And this year, we're going all the way through the pretty much the 20th century. But we are going to start way back for World War I. So actually, you can find conflicts involving Canada dating back to the 11th century when we were fighting with the Vikings. However, today we're going to start our journey in the 20th century. The 20th century began without planes, televisions, and of course computers. These inventions radically transformed the lives of people all around the globe. This century witnessed 2 world wars, the Great Depression of the 1930s, the Holocaust in Europe, the Cold War, lots of social equity movements, and the exploration of space. So we'd be here until Christmas if we were doing every year. So we're going to break it down by decades. So the 1900s saw the first flight by the Wright brothers, Henry Ford's Model T car, Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, the silent movie industry, and the very first teddy bear showed up in the 1900s. The 1910s saw the beginning of prohibition here in Canada and other countries. The unsinkable Titanic hit an iceberg and sank in 1912, taking the lives of more than 1,500 people. And the flu pandemic of 1918 killed millions all around the world. People in the 1910s got their very first taste of an Oreo cookie, and they filled out their very first crossword puzzle. It was in the 1910s. In August of 1914, Britain declared war on Germany, and World War I was officially underway. 33,000 Canadians sailed for Britain that year, including my great-grandfather, most of them volunteers to show their support for the Commonwealth. So we're going to play 2 songs that are remembered for World War I, Long, Long Way to Tipperary and Pack Up Your Troubles in Your Old Kit Bag. These were considered marching songs during World War I, and both were aimed at maintaining morale despite the horrors of the war. So this is song number 1 on your song sheets. If you'd love to sing along with us, we'd love to have you do that. Are we ready? Yeah. One, two, 1, 2. It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye, Piccadilly. Farewell, Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary. didn't even
Oh,
have
I
to
know
look at
the
it.
words
So.
like this. I lived through the Second World War.
Oh, and I saw a lot of you singing along with us. That's wonderful. So great. And you're all getting used to your kazoo. So remember, you don't blow, you just hum. Is your kazoo working okay?
I just really wrong at first.
They don't come with an instruction book. Okay, so the next song is On His Sunny Side of the Street. So World War I ended in 1918. It was the bloodiest conflict in Canadian history, taking the lives of nearly 61,000 Canadians, including my great-grandfather who never made it home. 9% of all British men under the age of 45 died in the First World
And
War.
my uncle never made it home either.
There you go. But 9% of the British men. Can you imagine? That's a lot. The Roaring Twenties saw a booming stock market, speakeasies, short skirts, the Charleston, and jazz. Women got the right to vote in 1920. This decade had the very first talking film. Babe Ruth hit his home run record, and the very first Mickey Mouse cartoon showed up.
It had me. I'm in the 1920s.
There you go. The Great Depression hit the world hard in the 1930s. And other news in the 1930s included the disappearance of aviator Amelia Earhart over the Pacific, a murderous crime spree by Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow, remember them, Bonnie and Clyde, and the imprisonment of Chicago mobster Al Capone for income tax evasion. So here's a popular song from the 1930s, On the Sunny Side of the Street. This is song number 2 on your handout. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep and just direct your feet on the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear that bitter laugh? A little happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. Why should you walk in the shade with those blues on parade? Don't be afraid. You're over. Walk over. And if you haven't got a cent, you'll be as rich as Rockefeller, with gold dust at your feet on the sunny side of the kazoo. And if you haven't got a cent, you can get rich as Rockefeller, with gold dust at your feet on the sunny side of the street. Woohoo! And can you guys all hear me okay? You guys? Can you guys hear me okay? Yes. Yes? Alrighty. So we are the Vernon ukulele players, and we're all playing ukuleles up here. We're very fortunate to have a percussive section over there on a cajon, and you'll be surprised what you're going to hear in the next song. We have Daniela's on a ukulele bass, so this is a ukulele, and she's like the undergarment, like the wire in an underwire bra. She holds us all together and keeps the tone. The rest of us are all playing kazoos, but ukuleles, and they're different sizes. So we have soprano. Can you see Sanders? It's always in a good mood. See that? The soprano is the smallest of the ukuleles, and it's the one that Tiny Tim loved to play with the team. You know, he made $17 million with that song. So people laugh at Tiny Tim, but who was laughing at who, right? The next size up is a concert size, which is the most popular size. So if you're looking to buy one for yourself or for grandchildren or whatever, concert size is what I would recommend. Next size up from that is tenor, which is a little bigger. And there's baritone, but there aren't any baritones here today. So we're all on ukuleles. Oh, you're on, no, you bass. Our next song is White Cliffs of Dover. So, still in the 1930s, the Nazis came to power in Germany and established the very first concentration camp. And in 1939, they invaded Poland and sparked the beginning of World War II. So World War II is the largest and deadliest conflict in human history, as it involved more than 50 nations and was fought on the land, the sea, and the air in nearly every part of the world. Virginia here had relatives in World War II, and they made it home, which is good.
I did through it.
Did you too?
Yeah.
Okay. This White Cliffs of Dover was one of the best known songs from World War II, and it was Vera Lynn's best known recording. So you'll hear a sound in this song, but you don't have to worry about any critters that manage to come in from the outside. There you go. There's a bluebird. 1, 2, 1, 2. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Just you wait and see. There'll be love and laughter and peace ever after tomorrow when the world is free. The shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be peace and laughter and joy ever after tomorrow when the world is free. Lovely. If I look at you, I'll start crying too. Our next song, Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree, was originally titled Anywhere the Bluebird Goes. Did you know that? They had to change the name to Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree. It was released in 1942 by 3 different artists, including Kay Kaiser, Glenn Miller, and the Andrews Sisters, making it one of the very few songs in history to have 3 different versions on the radio hit parade at the exact same time, because there were 3 different artists singing the same song. Don't sit under the apple tree. 1, 2, 1, 2. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me till I come marching home. I just got word from the guy who heard from the guy next door to me. The girl he had just lost a cat and it fits you to a T. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. Till I come marching home. I don't know that our version would have made the hit parade with the other 3 artists, but
We like it anyway, so.
by the end of World War II in 1945, an estimated 60 to 80 million people had died, including up to 55 million civilians, because of course there was a Holocaust and all of that going on too, right? In
60,000 bombed in England.
Wow. Wow. So in 1945, It's Been a Long, Long Time was a big hit for the big band era. And the lyrics were written from the perspective of a person welcoming home their spouse at the end of the war. It's been a long, long time. Lots of funny chords in here, but we'll do our best. 1, 2, 1, 2. Kiss me once and kiss me twice and kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. Haven't felt like this, my dear, since can't remember when. It's been a long, long time. You'll never know how many dreams I've dreamed about you, or just how empty they all seemed without you. So kiss me once and kiss me twice and kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. You'll never know how many dreams I've dreamed about you, or just how empty they all seemed without you. So kiss me once and kiss me twice and kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. What a good audience. So, 5 years after the World War II ended in 1945, we hit the 50s, and we were involved in another conflict. The Korean War raged from 1950 to 1953. More than 26,000 Canadians served on land, at sea, and in the air during this bitter conflict. And amazingly enough, out of the 26,000, there were only, I don't mean that disrespectfully, but 516 Canadians that lost their lives during that conflict. So when you consider the amount of people involved, those numbers are actually pretty good. Canada has been involved in peacekeeping missions since 1954 to support peace and stability around the world. But on a happy note, the 1950s are sometimes referred to as the golden age. Color TV was invented. We had a color TV, and we had the entire neighborhood coming in to see what that looked like. The polio vaccine was discovered, and Disneyland opened in California. The 1950s also marked the birth of rock and roll. Elvis Presley gyrated his hips on the Ed Sullivan Show. Ed Sullivan wasn't very fond of that, so they only filmed him from the top up because they didn't want this going on. But he said that Elvis Presley was a lovely man. They just weren't going to film below the waist. Then Elvis Presley, of course, got the teenagers all shook up all over the world, while Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis, and other artists introduced a viral, passionate new sound known as rock and roll. Buddy Holly was there too. So here's a medley of two of the biggest hits of that time, Rock Around the Clock and Blue Suede Shoes. So if anybody wants to get up and dance. No. If anybody would like to get up and gyrate your hips or whatever you like. I can jiggle, I just don't gyrate very well.
I can't see. Oh.
You know all the lyrics anyway, my goodness.
Thank you.
1, 2, 1 and 2. 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We'll put your glad rags on and join me, hon. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock in broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. But honey, lay off my shoes, so don't you step on the blue suede shoes. You can do anything to lay off my blue suede shoes. So you guys are really good with your kazoos, but now we're going to make you sing. You all have to sing. And you can all sing along with me. So we're going to actually split up. There's going to be, I'll sing with you guys, and these guys will sing at the same time. And we're just going to make it a nice harmony blend here. So we're up to the Vietnam conflict. The Vietnam War started on November 1st, 1955. And we're going to put you to work with this piece, Catch a Falling Star. This was from 1957. So again, you guys are going to sing with me. You probably know the lyrics, but we're going to split off, so you guys keep singing when I do. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. For love may come and tap you on the shoulder some starless night. And just in case you feel you want to hold her, you'll have a pocket full of starlight. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. For love may come and tap you on the shoulder some starless night. And just in case you feel you want to hold her, you'll have a pocket full of starlight. Pocket full of starlight. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. For when your troubles start multiplying, and they just might, it's easy to forget them with a trying. With just a pocket full of starlight. Catch a falling star and catch a falling star and never let it fade away. Let it fade away. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. Save it for a rainy day. Save it for a rainy day. Woohoo! Good job staying with me, folks. That was great. So to many, the 1960s can be summed up as the Vietnam War. Oh, and we're fortunate to have a veteran with us today. Danielle is a veteran. The 60s, Vietnam War hippies, drugs, protests, and rock and roll. A common joke is if you remember the 60s, or if you remember the 60s, you weren't there. The Beatles, of course, were huge, and Martin Luther King made his "I Have a Dream" speech. Our next song is "Where Have All the Flowers Gone?" So this was written as the same year as the beginning of the Vietnam War in 1955, but it became a big hit in 1964 when the U.S. military gained momentum there. Where have all the flowers gone? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where have all the flowers gone? time ago. Where have all the young men gone? Gone for soldiers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all the graveyards gone? 100 flowers, everyone. When will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? Very nice. So in the 1960s, besides the U.S. entering the Vietnam War, the Berlin Wall was built. The Soviets launched the first man into space. President John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and Robert Kennedy were all assassinated in the 60s. The Vietnam War lasted almost 20 years, with the U.S. military involvement focused between 64 and 74. Canada didn't officially participate in the Vietnam War, but there were approximately 30,000 Canadians that were helping the U.S. Armed Forces, and at least 134 Canadians died or were reported missing in Vietnam. Fortunately, my dad couldn't go over. His job was to teach them over here in the States, so we were all very happy for that. When I worked at McDonald's, was my first job when I was a teenager, and the manager and his second manager, they were draft dodgers from the States, so this is where they came to Canada, which is pretty cool. Let's see, culturally, disco became extremely popular. MASH premiered on television for the first time, and Star Wars hit the theaters, which is one of the biggest films in the 20th century. In the landmark case Roe versus Wade, the Supreme Court made abortion legal, and the Watergate scandal reached its climax when Richard Nixon resigned. The 80s saw the beginning of the Cold War, and this was soon followed by the surprising fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. AIDS showed up in the 80s, as did the first Rubik's Cube. Remember those?
Yeah.
Pac-Man video game and Michael Jackson's Thriller video. I love that video. CNN, the very first 24-hour cable news network, debuted, and in the 90s, the Cold War ended. Nelson Mandela was released from prison, and the internet changed life as everyone knew it. So this brings us now to the 21st century. The world welcomed the millennium, and we all survived the transition. So I was working at IBM at the time, and it was fascinating because on December 31st, 1999, everyone was convinced the world was going to die. Don't go to the bank. Don't use an instant teller. Don't get in an elevator. I mean, because they said everything is programmed, it's not going to work. So it was a fascinating night at work. We had to spend all night, and every hour on the hour, we had calls because IBM has offices throughout the world, and often I couldn't understand what was being spoken because they were all different languages. But all of the countries had to check in at the stroke of midnight to say things worked, things didn't work. It was fascinating. Everything worked, which was a good thing. In the first 3 decades, we've seen Apple's worth hit 1 trillion. Facebook now has over 2 billion users. Obama became the first black president in the States, which I guess makes Trump the first orange president in the States with the stuff that he wears. And we had COVID, just to name a few of the highlights. The chain of events that would bring Canadian soldiers into Afghanistan began on September 11, 2001, or 9/11. And I think everybody remembers where they were 9/11, right? I was working at IBM on the 5th floor of an office building, and because we were the capital of Canada, they called the Air Force in, so we were watching the fighter jets go over top, and I just wanted to go home and get my son. But I had a dentist appointment. So I'm sitting there and I'm hoping like the dentist, okay, focus on my mouth here. And they're all watching the news, right? You got a needle in your hand, focus, focus. This chain of events that would bring Canadian soldiers into Afghanistan that began at that time. The war in Afghanistan started that night and it ran until 2014. And that was Canada's longest war and its first significant combat engagement since the Korean War back in the 50s. More than 40,000 Canadian armed forces served in the 12-year campaign. That war killed 165 Canadians. So this next song is called Wagon Wheel. It's a very popular song with ukulele clubs. Hopefully you'll recognize it. From 2013. So I'm going to switch. This is a banjo ukulele. Sounds like a banjo, but it's a ukulele. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Head down south to the land of the pines. I'm bumming my way up to North Carolina, staring up the road, praying to God I see headlights. I made down the road in 17 hours, making me a bouquet of dollar flowers. piece to leave you with, and thank you again, Sarah, for having us here. We've enjoyed your company. We've enjoyed the fact that you played and sang along with us. You've been a lovely audience. That's wonderful. We are going to, we're going to end our timeline and go back in time to Vera Lynn's trademark song, We'll Meet Again. This was released in 1939. The optimism resonated with soldiers and their families, and it was one of the most famous songs of the Second World War era. I was asked to sing this at a funeral once, so, which is kind of nice. You all know this one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.